Hi, this is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. Many times people ask me, what do you do if you want to let go of a bad habit or change a pattern? And I'll say you have to step into what you want the change to be. For example, many of you don't know this, but I used to be a smoker. I was actually a bad girl. And I used to smoke about a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. And I was a rock and roll girl and the whole thing. And when the time came for me to quit smoking, I struggled. I had a really, really hard time. This is almost 18 years ago, 17 years ago, before I even actively started applying law of attraction, before I even knew there was law of attraction. And I remember many times trying to quit. And it was really hard, and it was really affecting my self-esteem because no matter what I did, and believe me, I did a lot. I went to Nicotine Anonymous. I would be in Chicago, this small little 20-year-old girl, 23, in like the hood of Chicago, going to like a Salvation Army with all of these literally convicted convicts and sitting in a room, me, with a group of men for a Nicotine Anonymous meeting because they had to be there. And I was seriously wanting to, become a non-smoker. I was trying everything. I would go buy a pack of cigarettes and just have a cigarette and then throw it away. I was doing everything I could to try to quit smoking. For me, before I actually quit smoking, I realized that, you know what, in order for me to do that, I have to change my thought process. Because right now, I identify myself as a smoker. I do the things as a smoker. When I go out with my friends, I smoke, so I go and I have this perception. Every path I'm on, whether I get in my car, whatever I do, I'm showing up as a smoker. So I thought, if I really want to become a non-smoker, I have to start thinking like a non-smoker would. So what would that look like? What would a non-smoker dress like, act like, speak like? How would they drive? What would life look like as a non-smoker? So I literally started becoming that personification of a woman in my early 20s, mid-20s, that wanted to quit smoking, that was a non-smoker. And I started, even though I was still doing the behavior and the pattern of smoking, when I wasn't smoking, I would act like I'm a non-smoker. And I started getting more confidence. And I started thinking about, what are the things that are, what are the payoffs for smoking? Like, what are the reasons? What are the benefits that I'm getting from doing this habit? And when I started writing it down and realizing that, well, it kind of kept me company. I sometimes feel lonely, and if I felt lonely, then I had a cigarette, and that would kind of numb that feeling, or at least take me out of that feeling of loneliness. So I wrote down all the payoffs for why I wanted to continue doing this habit, or what I got out of this habit, and then I would focus on what I wanted to do instead, become a non-smoker, and how my life would really open up if I was a non-smoker. So that could go for you if you're trying to, quit smoking, if you want to get off caffeine, if you want to get off sugar, if you want to do anything. If you want to change a particular behavior that's maybe destructive, maybe you don't like exercising, you want to become someone that does exercise, write out what are the payoffs of not exercising. What are the benefits that you're getting from not exercising? And then what would life be like for you if you were a person that really enjoyed to exercise like I do? What if you were a person that was a non-smoker? What would your life be like if you were a person that didn't like sugar or didn't eat sugar? What would life be like for you then? Whatever habit you're looking to change, if you continue to focus on the habit you're doing, like I want to quit smoking, your focus is on quitting smoking. Law of attraction, what you focus upon expands. So you can't quit smoking by focusing on the fact that you're a smoker. You have to shift the perception and focus on what you want to become. I want to become a non-smoker and what that feels like. I want to be financially free. Maybe right now you might be in debt. Focus on the debt, and what that feels like to be in debt. You're going to continue that cycle. You want to be a person that's financially free? Shift. And become and feel, what would life be like if I was financially free? Want to lose weight? Not gonna work. What if you were a fit and lean person? What would life be like for you then? So pick whatever habit you're looking to change in your life, whatever has been bothering you, that point of tension that you have in your life that bothers you, that you know what, I could do better, I want to do better, life would be better if I got out of debt, I changed the way I ate, I stopped doing these behaviors of maybe drinking too much or smoking or even other recreational drugs. What would life be like if I then shifted and I became this person that I want to be, financially free, lean and fit, a non-smoker? What is it for you? Focus on that. Become that personification of that person. And what has to happen naturally is you'll find the resources to become. Because what happened to me was when I vibrated in that space of I'm a non-smoker, I literally had someone come to me. It was a friend of mine I was working with at a wine company. And he was telling me that his wife was pregnant with his child. And he was upset because the daughter she had from her previous marriage had respiratory problems because she smoked. So he was concerned about his unborn baby. And I had always said there was one thing that was going to make me quit smoking, and that's if I had a baby. I was nowhere near having a baby or having a family at that point. And I said to myself, if I can't quit today, what makes me think that when I do have the guy and the family, that I'm going to get pregnant, that I am going to be able to then? That night, I went and bought the patch. That was the last time I smoked a cigarette. And when I put that patch on, I then became a complete 100% non-smoker. So it was that story, it was that interaction that sparked that within me, that made me have that realization to put me on the path where I am now. And I will tell you, because I made that decision, it was the most self-loving thing that I could do. And my life completely changed. I know for a fact that I would never have attracted a man like Frederick if I would continue to be a smoker. I know I would not be doing what I do for a living, inspiring and informing you, if I was still a smoker. Because every time you smoke, I don't love you, I don't love you, I don't love you. Self-love, the most loving thing you can do for yourself. That's when you're on the highest vibration, and that's when you can attract all the treasures in your life. So if there is something that's bringing you down, a habit that you do that you know no longer serves you, figure out what the personification is of the opposite of that. Start becoming that person, and your life soon will change. Thank you so much. Have a great week.